Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content. Today, we're going to be talking about XRP. Funny as I do record this video, I also have to reflect on my video from the other day when I was talking about $19,000 per XRP. It's funny to see a lot of hate come out of that. It kind of just shows me the fact that a lot of people need to truly open their eyes. Listen, I understand the power behind XRP and the potential behind XRP, but we also have to realize that it's not the only asset in this class doing what XRP is trying to do. It's not going to grasp all the money. It's going to grab a large portion of it. So it's not going to be worth $1 quadrillion or $800 trillion in terms of market cap or anything like that. And I don't like to use the term market cap as a defense mechanism from prices. But we do have to realize at some point in time there is a ceiling, and that is the truth behind any asset in this class. But nonetheless, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about XRP. Nothing's really changed in the market. You know, it's still at about 63 cents. Bitcoin's at about 33.3K. Nothing really is happening overall in the market, kind of staying stable, if you will, kind of in a accumulation zone. Now, I will talk about a few things regarding XRP, some cross-border payments and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's kind of jump into it. So first off, I do have this little article here. We do see Neum, which is a partner of Ripple, receives new payments license privileges from the Monetary Authority of Singapore. We do know that Singapore is a huge name, especially regards to even Ripple and Ripple partners. We do see that, and this new license privileges expand Neum's payment service capabilities to include account issuance, domestic money transfers, merchant acquisition, and e-money issuance. We also see Neum, a leading global payments platform to date, announced that its Singapore entity, Neum Pte Ltd, has been issued license by the Monetary Authority of Singapore under the Payments Service Act of 2019. And then this, I like the fact that this has actually happened. This means that they are expanding their payments, pretty much network, if you will. It allows for a lot more things, like I said, account issuance, stuff like that. This is good. It does show a little bit more of inclusion in terms of the financial market. Now, like I said, when we talk about XRP being a large player in the game, we also have to talk about the derivatives market, which I do know a lot of people will mention the derivatives market. Yes, it's worth $1 quadrillion, etc. It won't be able to grasp that market without it being a security. If it becomes a security, yes, it could grasp that market, but at the same time, if it becomes a security, you will no longer be able to hold it or trade it. So yes, the government will have to buy it off of you, or if they do confiscate it, whatever. Now, if they do buy it off of you, you're not going to be able to make a price of $19,000 or whatever the case may be for each asset. But I do think that it will be worth triple digits to potentially quadruple or just a 4-digit asset essentially at some point in time. But there is a ceiling, like I said. I do think that XRP does have the potential to be a 3 to 4-digit asset in time. It's going to take time, of course. It's not going to happen overnight. But we do see it expanding its, overall payments, network. Now, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about this. I thought this was very interesting to look at. And I do have a few key components or, topics to really kind of discuss regarding this. Now, we do see that the pandemic here has accelerated the rollout of CBDCs by 5 years, says blockchain firm. Now, I do believe that this actually did help CBDCs kind of get the limelight and pretty much, be brought into fruition. And the reason why I do think that is because how many people are still waiting for, for example, a lot of people I know are still waiting for their tax money because the IRS is behind. But I also know a lot of people are still waiting for their stimulus check. So how long do you think people would have to wait to get a stimulus check, their taxes back, whatever, if something like a CBDC was brought in or a digital payment system where those people will basically receive those checks and that money immediately at an instantaneous 3 to 5 second finality and at a fraction of a cent of a fee? That's why I do think that the pandemic really kind of, pretty much accelerated this, because I think even the IRS realizes, like, listen, there's way too many people. The demand is way too high. We just don't have enough supply, if you will. And when I talk about supply, I don't mean that they don't have enough money. I just mean that they don't have enough, utility, if you will. They don't have the tools to actually kind of, allow for over 300 million people to get checks within a decent time period. I still see it now. A lot of people are still waiting for their taxes, waiting for stimulus. But we do see here, there's no doubt in our mind that a major central bank will soon launch a digital currency, and we expect this to happen within the next 3 years. Research from European blockchain company Guard Time suggests that the current pandemic may have accelerated the launch of major central bank digital currencies by up to 5 years. When we do read down here, right, we do see the development of CBDCs have been accelerated by up to 5 years. There is no doubt in our mind that a major central bank will be launching a digital currency, and we expect this to happen within the next 3 years. I even talked about this regarding the testing of CBDCs in the United States by 2022. They wanted to test about 6 banks, I believe, throughout the country utilizing a CBDC. I think that this is very interesting because I do think that it is speeding things up. We already see, for an example, the Bank of Japan has also started a trial of its digital yen, scheduled to end in March 2022. I also know that China has as well. China, arguably leads the pack of CBDCs, having started piloting trials of its digital yen in April 2020. In the United States, the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, said that in May that the government body would soon be issuing a discussion paper to explore the implementation of a digital dollar. He also said he's not trying to race them. He wants to basically make sure that everything is stable and secure, etc. So I could definitely see that being the case overall. I mean, I think that we will most likely be last to the race. Now, last but not least, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about this white paper. Now, this is in regards to Ripple. You guys most likely probably seen this before, but I want to talk to you guys about it and really kind of dive into it. So we do see $10 to $15 trillion SME, this is small businesses, of course, cross-border payments flows. When we talk about this, now, again, we even see here small and medium-sized enterprises are a dynamic force in the global economy today and growing source of cross-border payments. They actually make up about 60% of employment and 40% of national income. So this is a huge market flow. If we could grasp, some of this market, I do think that the price of, I think that the price of Xrp is going to be well worth over a couple $1 trillion in terms of market cap. At some point in time, I do think that it's going to grow even more. But we do see here that, not surprisingly, we're seeing notable growth in the business-to-business cross-border payments market, with the market exceeding $125 trillion in 2017. And the firm estimates revenues from this market will surge another 9% by 2022, reaching almost $3 trillion. I do think that, at some point in time, we will grasp a lot of this payment structure. There's also a ton of other projects in this space that are doing incredible things. Algorand is a good mention here as well. Same with HBAR. A lot of projects that are coming out that could rally against XRP, but I do know that most of them are interoperable. So I do think that, with that being said, they could all kind of work together to grasp a lot of this market and provide their own utility cases. For an example, Xrp has the HODL sort of aspect to it, which is very good. But we also know that HBAR also has a lot of ways of kind of looking at CBDCs for bridges and stuff. They also do have the trust layer aspect that is very good as well. It works very well for a lot of these payment structures and payment plans. Now, Algorand, on the other hand, is kind of already working with Xrp. I didn't do too much research regarding that, but I do know that Algorand is a very good project to be in. I also hold quite a bit of it. It's not too much, but I do hold a little piece of the pie. Now, here is the overall revenue opportunity in high-margin emerging markets in billions. There's about you can kind of see it here. I'm not going to go into too much depth here, but we do know that India is a big leading area. Now, in terms of India, we have a ton of ties to India regarding Ripple and XRP. I've kind of already discussed that quite some times in multiple videos. I do think that that is a big market area, or a marketplace, if you will. But we are seeing the emerging growth. The emerging growth happened in 2016, where we kind of skyrocketed. But we do see 2022, we are going to really grow. And we do see Asia Pacific is pretty much the biggest market area overall, which we do have a lot of ties to as well. Now, this is pretty much kind of regarding the cost of B2B payments, which I do kind of just want to talk about. Now, we do see the pain points here: visibility, traceability, speed, and cost, which we do know that XRP is trying to really get into that. Now, I do know a lot of people were talking about the Nostro and Vostro accounts. Yes, there's a ton of money that is locked up in those. And we do know that XRP could potentially, grasp that market and kind of unlock those, payments or those accounts overall. Now, we do see the cost. So it's 2 to 5 days to settle on average, $30 to $100 plus cost per transaction, and 4 to 6% international payment error rate. XRP and Ripple will basically alleviate those pain points overall on these. And I do think that that is very good, especially when we're talking about business to business. Businesses will spend any amount of money to save money. If they could spend $5 to save 10, they will do it. It's common sense in business. I mean, if you guys worked in business or in the business industry, you should know that as well. But we do see that 71% of SMEs believe cross-border payments are problematic. So, it's a good market for a lot of these assets to kind of join in and really kind of alleviate those pain points. Now, here's blockchain versus correspondent banking. Here's the blockchain technology, bank A to bank D. And then this is pretty much how it would work overall. We do see by cutting out the middleman in the correspondent banking system, blockchain-powered payments increase speed and reduce costs for providers and SMEs, because it will basically work from bank A, B, C, D, and all the way back, and it will kind of just continue that cycle. Now, here is pretty much how Ripple will basically solve these problems. We do see one standardized connection, increased transparency and accountability, resiliency and fraud protection, speed, reduced cost, and rich data transfer, which I don't have to talk about. I mean, if you guys are watching this video, you guys already know about Ripple and XRP and pretty much how great they are in terms of those payments. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about those is because I do think that at some point in time, we could really grasp a lot of this B2B market, SME market as well, really kind of unlock those Nostro and Vostro accounts as well. I think that, when we talk about market cap, I talk about market cap for XRP very freely. There is a line to draw, but I do think that it has endless possibilities to reach $100 trillion market cap plus. But I just don't think that it could reach 1 quadrillion anytime soon. Sure, in the future it could, but by that time, inflation rates and stuff like that will be extremely high, so it doesn't really matter if it's like $33,000 a coin or anything like that. But that's just my opinion. Of course, let me know your guys' down in the comments below. If you guys did enjoy this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys do want more free content, you guys can follow me on Twitter at NCashOfficial. You guys could also join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, this has been Nick here. Hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out.